Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Walter here. The prices of brand new houses in the US just skyrocketed to record high levels. My two main concerns that I have right now for brand new houses is, of course, the lack of housing inventory and, more importantly, the astronomical prices for brand new houses. So, for example, the US Census Bureau announced yesterday that the median sales price of new houses in July of 2021 reached $390,500. That's an 18.4% increase from 1 year ago. But what you probably won't hear except for this video is the fact that this median sales price of $390,000 is an all-time record high for new houses in the US. I found this out by analyzing the data from the US Census Bureau, but I could not find a single mention of this in the mass media. For those of you who know me, you know I support my claims with data, so here you go. So here's the website from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis for FRED, which stands for the Federal Reserve Economic Data. The source of this data for this particular chart is from the US Census Bureau, or HUD. Those are the organizations that jointly post new home construction and sales data for the United States. So this graphic is for the median price of new houses that are getting into contract. As you can see, July's median sales price of $390,000 is an all-time record high. On top of that, I noticed this is the fourth record high since January of this year. Now keep in mind, a new home sale is defined as when a deposit is taken or a sales agreement is signed, and this can occur prior to a permit being issued for a brand new house. Therefore, it acts more like a pending home sale because the sale is not finalized yet and the buyer won't move until the home is built and they close escrow. These record high home prices for brand new houses is also hampering affordability. What we're seeing is that more and more home buyers are getting priced out, especially in the lower end market. So for example, the National Association of Home Builders reported yesterday that 1 year ago, 42% of new home sales were priced below $300,000. In July of 2021, only 24% of new home sales were priced below $300,000. Thus, the lack of entry-level supply remains a challenge for the market. This decrease of affordability also coincides with a report from the National Association of Realtors. They actually just posted this last week. So according to them, they announced that affordability worsened in June compared to 1 year ago as median family incomes rose by only 2.3%, while the monthly mortgage payment increased a whopping 21.5%. This giant increase in the average monthly mortgage payment is despite the fact that mortgage rates decreased from 1 year ago. In addition, as you can see here on this graphic, the average mortgage payment was more or less flat for the second half of 2020, but it has absolutely skyrocketed in 2021. It went from $1,011 per month in January of this year to $1,255 per month. All right, so going back to this press release from the US Census Bureau, new home sales increased 1% in July from the previous month, but they dropped 27% from a year ago. Perhaps part of the reason why new home sales may have increased last month may be due to the fact that we had a 5.5% increase in the number of new homes for sale from June. On top of this, the month's supply of brand new houses rose to 6.2 months. That marks the fourth consecutive month of increases, and that is a staggering 72% increase from 1 year ago. If you watched my previous video, then I know what you're thinking. In that video, I mentioned in order to have a more balanced real estate market, we need a month supply of inventory in the range of 4 to 6 months. However, this 6.2 month figure for brand new houses is deceiving. This does not mean we have a balanced real estate market for brand new houses. In order for me to best explain this, let's have a look at the actual definitions on the US Census Bureau's website. So they define month supply of new houses for sale as the following. It's the ratio of houses for sale to houses sold. It indicates how long the current for sale inventory would last given the current sales rate if no additional new houses were to be built. So in other words, it would take 6.2 months to sell all new homes for sale at the current sales pace. The Bureau also defines new houses for sale or housing inventory as when it's being built to be sold and a permit to build has been issued in permit issuing places, or work has begun on the footings or foundation and a sales contract has not been signed nor a deposit accepted. This means included in that 6.2 month figure are houses that are being built right now that are not in contract. In addition, it also includes builders in which they pour foundations, but they have not started construction. And when we have a look at the number of single family houses authorized, but construction has not started, that has increased a whopping 55.9% from 1 year ago. In addition, it has increased 6 out of the last 7 months. I did some digging for you guys, and I found this out from the National Association of Home Builders website. So they say the following: sales adjusted inventory levels increased to 6.2 months supply, which is a balanced supply. But here's the key stats here. Completed ready to occupy homes were 20% of inventory 1 year ago. They are now 10% of the total in July of 2021. While inventory is rising, a growing share are homes that have not started construction. As of July 2021, 29% of new home inventory consists of houses not started construction compared to 20% from 1 year ago. And here's a graphic depiction of this if you want to pause this video and have a look at how this has changed over the last 10 years. I noticed that the US Census Bureau announced that the number of houses for sale but not yet started has increased 8 out of the last 9 months. There were 57,000 in July of 2020, but now there's 105,000. What this basically means is that home builders are growing more and more weary of starting home construction due to very high and volatile building costs, as well as a lack of labor, and in addition to that, lags in the supply chain. And this is why builder confidence is at a 13-month low. All right, so what does this all mean for you and I, right? So in my opinion, the lack of housing construction is going to keep inventory levels very, very low, and that could continue to push up home prices for brand new houses. However, home prices cannot increase indefinitely, so at some point there's going to be a breaking point if that hasn't already happened. More and more home buyers maybe get priced out due to affordability issues or their unwillingness to pay these sky-high prices. So what is my advice? So I obviously do not have a crystal ball and I cannot predict the future, but if you're interested in buying a brand new house, you may want to wait it out until inventory levels increase and home prices subside. But the reality is that inventory is only going to increase when home builders ramp up construction, and it's anyone's guess when that's going to happen. In the meantime, despite a small increase in July, sales of new houses have taken a nosedive this year. They hit record levels in January of this year, but they have fallen off a cliff since then. All right, before we continue here, I want to hear from you guys. I'm thinking about posting a video about the pros and cons, or maybe the 5 cons about buying a brand new house. If you're interested in that video, then please leave me a comment below. Okay, changing gears slightly, the Mortgage Bankers Association, or the MBA, announced today that mortgage applications in the US increased 1.6% from 1 week ago. The MBA's purchase index was at its highest level since early July, although it's down 16% from the same time last year. And Joel Kahn of the MBA stated the following: Treasury yields fell last week as investors continue to anxiously monitor if the rise of COVID cases in several states starts to dampen economic activity. Mortgage rates slightly declined as a result, with a 30-year fixed rate decreasing for the first time in 3 weeks. According to the Mortgage News Daily, the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 2.98%. This is about a 0.5% lower than the year-to-date high of 3.45% that was set in March of this year. So check out the link below. If you want an agent referral from virtually anywhere in the United States, check out that link below. Also, if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button and also consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. You also can follow me on Instagram. I'm Sacramento Realtor. Hope you have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.